O'clock. It's 1 o'clock here on the KFOR Plus News Desk. And joining me now, broadcasting from the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, it is our political reporter, Justin Gick. Well, good afternoon, Justin. Thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon.
Hey Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Well, listen, I don't know where to begin with this because there
Yeah,
is a lot going on. Let's just jump right into it. What is the atmosphere
sure.
like there on the ground in Milwaukee at the Republican National Convention after what happened and transpired over the weekend?
Yeah, Jay, I don't even know how to describe it. Joe and I were actually on the road, when all this happened on Saturday.
Hmm.
We had to pull over to a rest area just to get all this information in, and we had to pull over one night and do live shots and things. So it's been a busy couple of days. Walking around today, just tons of security. There's perimeters, there's fences, barriers, police from all over the country, Secret Service, everyone just all over the place. So, definitely very locked down. We did see some demonstrations going on as well, some protests, which, were kind of expected, but walking around, we've been able to talk to some different delegates. We saw some people from Wisconsin, also from New Jersey and things like that. So able to kind of see where people are coming from, and everyone's very excited for these next couple of days, and they're waiting to see what happens.
Yeah. So we know that President Trump arrived in Milwaukee, I believe it was yesterday, late yesterday afternoon.
Mhm.
Do you know if he will address the convention today? Because there's possibly an announcement for the VP pick today.
Yeah, so we're talking to some of our colleagues with Great TV who are on the ground here, and this morning on Fox News, the former president called into one of the shows and told one of the hosts that he will be announcing that pick today. Um, as to what time that might happen, it's still unclear. There's a whole list of speakers that are on the agenda tonight, from Marjorie Taylor Greene to South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. I'm kind of expecting from my perspective, I think the former president might wait till prime time, so maybe 9 o'clock tonight, to come out. But I mean, it could be earlier. He's a different kind of person, as we said. So who knows what time that'll be. I expect, though, more so tonight, when we see all those Republican speakers talking, that he'll come out at some point and make that announcement. We actually bumped into Senator Kramer as we've been walking around, and we were able to talk with him for a few minutes and asked him, has he heard anything on the latest on Governor Burgum? He spoke to former President Trump a few days ago, and conversations were still good. He was still very excited about Governor Burgum on the phone with Kramer. I asked Kramer, what percentage are you that it's going to be Doug Burgum? And he said he would probably be at a 98.9%. He did throw in there, though. He did throw in there, though, that JD Vance is actually, there's been some talk of him now as well. So I think really what we're watching is between Governor Burgum and JD Vance today.
Does any of the events that took place Saturday night have any effect on his pick now? Do you know? Do you think?
Yeah, I've been reading some articles about that, and that's been the question, because one article was saying, Rubio and Burgum offered prayers, and I think JD Vance offered another tone to it. So there's some of it might have changed from that, but it seems, though, that he is pretty much still on board with, I think, who he was thinking of originally.
Okay. You mentioned that he's more than likely. My guess, I'm right along with you there. I think he'd like the headline and he'll go for prime time tonight. Are there any other events planned for former President Trump in the next few days other than possibly tonight and then his headline Thursday night?
As of right now, we know tonight he's going to be speaking at some point. I don't know about the other days. The other day we might see him is on Thursday. That's
Hmm.
when the vice, or not Thursday, I'm sorry, Wednesday, when the vice president is nominated. So we usually see the presidential candidates come out when their nominee is formally endorsed. So we could see him again on Wednesday, but I mean, we could see him every day for that matter. Given what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday, it seems like he is trying to be very communicative with, people that are supporting him. So I wouldn't be surprised if we might see him just come out every day at the convention. I mean, he's, again, as we've said, he's not typical in what he does.
Yeah. I guess I didn't ask this, and I've got to since, North Dakotan. Was Governor Burgum at the rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday
Yeah.
night?
So I was speaking with a couple of our sources, and Governor Burgum was not in Butler that day, and JD Vance was also not there. I thought JD Vance might be there just because it's very close to Ohio, Butler,
Hmm.
Pennsylvania. But I was able to confirm that there were not seats there reserved for either Governor Burgum, Senator Rubio, or Senator Vance. But there were some people that are running for Pennsylvania Senate there. So no vice presidential picks, though. Potentials there.
Okay. And also announced today, Florida Judge Eileen Cannon has dismissed the
Yeah.
Trump classified documents case. That came in just around 11 o'clock or so this morning. Lots of news following former President Trump over the last few days. He might have had pretty good news.
Yeah, pretty good news. We were waiting in line in the media line, and that just blew up on our phone, and I was like, wow. I mean, they had his sentencing for the hush money trial, pushed back until September, I believe. It was supposed to be right before this convention, and now the classified documents case is dismissed. I mean, that was the other big case we were watching, and I mean, I think Jay, you and I had talked that we didn't think this would happen even before the election. So I mean,
Hmm.
obviously now this isn't happening at all. So I think a major victory for former President Trump on the legal end.
Yeah. We're getting ready for the, I guess, August break. Do you see, and of course, as you mentioned, you've got Marjorie Taylor Greene, you've got other, I suppose, senators and congressmen that are in
Yeah,
Milwaukee for this convention. So there's more than likely nothing that's going to be done this week up on the Hill or, in the Senate. So that leaves one last week in July to get things done before they head back to their home states for the
sure.
August break. Do you see anything, maybe talking with Hovind on the farm bill, anything being done that last week in July that would put us at July 29th or 22nd or whatever? Did I get
Sure.
July 22nd?
Jay, at this point, I've been talking to Senator Kramer, Senator Hoven over the past few weeks. I don't think we're going to see any movement, especially now since this happened with the former president on Saturday. I spoke with Senator Kramer just about, we saw the House Oversight Committee is. Hold on, Jay. We might have just gotten some news. Excuse me 1 second.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Um,
Let me check my
um,
email as well.
he has selected his running mate. Let's see. Sorry, folks. This is breaking news on the fly. Let's see.
Okay. You break the news here first. I haven't seen an email from it yet.
Let's see. It looks like, I'm sorry, everyone. This is on the fly. Well, I still don't see anything yet.
Okay. We might have lost Justin on that, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and take it back into here on the KFYR Plus news desk. If he jumps
Oh,
back
hey,
on, there we go.
hey,
Okay.
Jay.
Yep. Yep.
Sorry
Got
about
you
that, Jay.
back. There we go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just to explain to everyone, there was just some news flash that came up. Senior source told ABC News that the former president has chosen his VP pick. We do not know yet.
Okay.
Oh, okay. CNN is just saying right now that Florida Senator Marco Rubio has been told that he is not the pick for former President Trump's vice president. So Marco Rubio is out of Marco
No,
Rubio
he
is
is
out of
not
the
going to
fold.
do this, is he? He's going to
Yeah.
eliminate them one by one? Are you serious?
So sorry to our viewers, but yes, we're learning some things on the fly. So confirmed to ABC News that he does have his choice. CNN just reported that Marco Rubio has been told that he will not be the pick. So Senator Rubio out of that fold. It looks like it's down to Senator J.D. Vance and our Governor Doug Burgum.
Okay, and probably, does it say anything on what time he'll make that announcement? More than likely tonight, of course, prime time.
Yeah. I would say probably tonight because the delegates, I think, take a break, and then 6 o'clock is when all the big speakers are expected to take the stage again. So I think we don't hear from him till about 5, 6 o'clock tonight.
Okay, 5 or 6
But
o'clock. Well,
but again, he could post on Truth Social or get it out another way. So I mean, everyone just like stay tuned to your, I guess, your whatever news media outlet you follow, and keep an eye
yeah,
out on that.
we'll have push notifications if you don't have the KFYR app yet. Make sure you get that. And of course, we'll have the push notification for you as soon as we hear and can confirm it. It'll be sent out. Justin, before we let you go, anything that you're working on today? Obviously, we know what you're working on, getting the vice presidential pick. We know that. But what else are you going to do out there? I mean, what do you got planned for tonight? Anybody you're following? Marjorie Taylor, MTG? What are you going to do? Go check her out?
Yeah, it's really neat, Jay. They have a media room set up. Like, there's just a whole row of media outlets from all over the country. So, all these people are just filing in there, talking with different media groups. So you can kind of just pull any senator or whatever you see and see if they'll chat with you for a few minutes. So, we're going to see what kind of availability we get with everyone tonight. I'm sure they'll be walking around and, hoping to get some of the people on this list tonight. Again, Kristi Noem will be speaking tonight. Marjorie Taylor, as you said. So we will see. I mean, it's going to be today is going to be an exciting day and a historical one, I think. So we're trying to let that all sink in, and if Governor Burgum is chosen tonight, I mean, that will be big for North Dakota.
One last question, too, before we let you go, Justin, because I know you want to get out there and get busy. But with what happened Saturday in Pennsylvania, how has the, I guess, protection for Governor Burgum? Have you seen that
Yeah.
increase, or have you heard anything about his protection?
Yeah, Jay, that's an interesting question. We have not heard anything about Governor Burgum's security. We've reached out to his political team. Very mute right now from his political team, so not too much information given. Again, I think it all depends right now too on if he's chosen tonight for the vice presidential pick. So again, we'll be monitoring that, and if it is him, hopefully we will get to talk to him and and ask him some of these more pressing questions.
Justin Gick, live from the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. You have yourself, a little bit of fun while you're out there. I know it's for
Yeah.
work, but enjoy some of Milwaukee's finest that they have. Some of that delicious food. There's some great food out in Milwaukee, Justin. Just have Joe show you where to go, okay?
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
You bet. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow at this same time at 1 o'clock, all right?
All right. Sounds good.
You got it. All right, Inside Politics there with our political reporter, Justin Gick. We'll catch up with him tomorrow once again at 1 o'clock. In the meantime, let's take a quick break here at the desk. It is now 14 minutes past the hour. We'll be right back with more news next on KFYR+.